Introducing your 2011 AAA Blues. Defenseman. Number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Defenseman. Number 7, Hutch Rubis. Forward. Number 9, Tyson Boyer. Defenseman. Number 10, John Peterson. Defenseman. Number 11, Malachi Smith. Defenseman. Number 12, Linus Brooks. Forward. Number 13, Brandon Bauer. Forward. Number 16, Braden Harris. Forward. Number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Defenseman. Number 19, Emerson Minimin. Forward. Number 21, Mason Blanchard. Forward. Number 27, Grant Fugner. Forward. Number 29, Ian Bowers. Goalie. Number 30, Max Stutzer. Goalie. Number 31, Luke Scanapieko. Forward. Number 66, Braden Schneider. Forward. Number 85, Gordon Crowley. Forward. Number 88, Luke Wessel. Forward. Number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Forward. Number 93, Ben Spatansky.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning, Blues fans. We are live here at the Rosemont Ice Arena here in Chicago, Illinois, for the fourth and final game of the Chicago Reaper Showcase. Today, your Blues take on the Okanagan Hockey Club out of Colorado, and I'm just going to give you fair heads up right now. They will be forever known as Colorado on this broadcast because I am not going to be able to say Okanagan fast for the play-by-play. So your Blues will be taking on Colorado. Blues send out the Giorgio, Schneider, Harris line up front. Peterson and Rubis will be your defensive pair to get this game underway. And we are ready for the opening face-off as Colorado is a stick tap the boards type of team. Face-off is won by Colorado. They chip it to the Blues zone. Rubis grabs it. He circles, puts up the boards. It bounces over Schneider's stick. They come away. They bring it to the slot. They take the shot. That goes behind the net. Rubis grabs it, chips it up for Schneider. Schneider chips it around his man, gets it to Harris. Harris chips it forward, gets it into the zone. Schneider goes on the forecheck. They go far side. Picked off by Peterson. Peterson reverses. Schneider tips it for Harris, and here comes Harris. He chips it forward to the net, and that's going to go on and get held by the Colorado goaltender. Fresh troops for the Blues jump over the boards. Spatansky will be centering Blanchard and Wessel. Defensive unit will be Miniman Komodowski. Offensive zone faceoff comes to the right of Colorado's goaltender. Face-off, one back to the point to Komodowski. He goes to his partner Miniman. Miniman's shot, that goes just wide, comes out to the far corner. Picked off by Blanchard. He tries to put it in front, hits a Colorado stick, goes up the sideboards, and here comes Colorado through the neutral zone. They tip it around, but they put it right into the Blues bench as it hits the curvature of the glass right on the side of Malachi Smith. Neutral zone face-off right next to the Blues bench. Spatansky will take this one. He wins it back to Komodowski. Komodowski reverses, goes up the sideboards to Wessel. Wessel far side to Miniman. Miniman crosses the red line. He's going to put it in deep. Spatansky goes in on the forecheck. Wessel comes in from the far side. Good pinch by Komodowski. Gets it to Blanchard. Blanchard tries to tip it forward to the slot to Wessel. Bounces off the Colorado stick, goes to the corner. Wessel pushes it back behind the net. Good pinch by Komodowski. Again holds it. And he reverses down into the corner to Wessel. It jumps over his stick. Miniman's going to pinch far side. He puts it back deeper into the corner to Wessel. Wessel tries to get to the front of the net to Blanchard. Colorado comes away with it after a good stick check, and here they come to the neutral zone with numbers. Long stretch pass miss. That's going to go all the way down, no icing. Miniman reverses up the boards. Blanchard grabs it. He hits it to Fugner, who's fresh on the ice. He's got Boyer with him. Fugner puts it in deep. Boyer goes into the far corner on the check. He hits his man. Puck is sent to the point, held by Brooks. Brooks shot, tipped just over the net by Boyer. Boyer fights behind the net for it. Fugner comes in, steals the puck. He takes out the sideboards. He hits Smith on the point. Smith's shot, that gets through, goes right into the chest protector of the Colorado goaltender, and he's going to hold on for a faceoff. Blues completed a line change on the fly there. They now have Fugner, Zilm, Boyer up front, Malachi Smith, Linus Brooks, the defensive unit. Face off, one back to Smith. He takes a shot. That's on net. Pad save back to the corner. Fugner grabs it. He pushes it in deep for Zilm. Colorado wins the battle. Fugner now takes it away from a man on the sideboards. Back out to Smith. Smith tries to go to his partner Brooks. Just out of his reach. Brooks throws it towards the net as he picks it up off the sideboards. Puck trickles back out to Smith. He goes far corner with it. Colorado grabs it. They go up the sideboards. Their exit attempt gets around the shin pad of Brooks as he has to retreat to his own zone. He sauce passes far side for Smith. Smith to Zilm. Zilm to Boyer. Back to Zilm. Shot all the way over to Fugner. One-timer hits him in the skate. Blues start the change process. Colorado goes far side. They try tipping it out. Good hold by Rubis. He puts it back in deep as the Blues are able to complete a full line change here. Crowley tips it forward to Bowers at the blue line. Colorado player tips it high in the air. It comes out to the neutral zone. Rubis up to Bauer. Gets it in the zone. Rubis steps up, holds the line again. Colorado takes it. They go hard behind their own net. Peterson's going to hold that on the far point. His entry back in hits a shin pad. Bauer's there to grab it, throws it in deep. Bauer goes in on the forecheck. Colorado throws it up the boards. Rubis grabs it, throws it towards the net, stick down by Bauer. Rubis gets the loose puck, sends it over to Bowers. Bowers one-timer, goes wide. He couldn't get enough on it. Good pinch by Peterson, holds it. Bauer helps him out. He goes far side to Rubis. Rubis has room, steps up, shot, and goal by Rubis. Hutch Rubis puts the Blues up by 1 here with 14:37 left in the first period. Great pass by Bauer to Rubis as he had all the time in the world as Colorado collapsed in their own net, and Rubis beats the goalie, high blocker from up top of the circle. Blues complete the line change. Crowley, Bowers, Bauer up front, Rubis and Peterson the defensive pair. Face-off is won by the Blues. Back to Peterson. Peterson to Rubis. Back to Peterson. Peterson sends up the sideboards for Bowers. Bowers tries to put it in deep. That's gloved down, but Crowley's there to knock him deep into the corner. He battles a man. It's on the sideboards. Bauer helps him out. Bauer comes away with the puck. He reverses back to Crowley. Crowley, with the man on him, is going to hold it there. Bauer grabs it, sends it out to the point to Peterson. Peterson, long shot, hits a stick high and goes wide. Blues start another change process here as Colorado brings it in. Colorado puts it in deep. Schneider fresh on the ice, reverses back up the sideboards to Rubis. Rubis has it roll off him. Crowley there battles a man. Puck comes back out. Peterson picks it up and behind the net. He goes up to Bowers. Bowers puts it up the sideboards out of the reach of Schneider. Schneider deflects the pass from the Colorado defenseman to his partner. They send it back in deep into the Blue zone. Peterson turns with it, gets Harris. Harris goes to Schneider. Schneider tips it one way for Giorgio, and here comes Giorgio on a semi-break. Shoots, and that goes in. Goal by Giorgio. So Giorgio from Schneider puts the Blues up 2-0 with 13:35 left here in the second period. No change in personnel for the Blues. They do finish the line change, though. Giorgio up front with Schneider and Harris. Miniman, Komodowski, defensive pair. Face-off won by Colorado. They go D to D, and then they send it up the sideboards. They take a long shot. That's blockered to the corner by Stutzer. Miniman and Giorgio battle for it. They're going to push it behind the net. Komodowski blocks the pass to the front as he's going to skate it out now. He reverses, comes far side. He's going to hit Harris. Harris forward for Schneider. Schneider tips it in deep. He's going to go in on the forecheck. Blues start a change as Giorgio goes. They get it. They send it behind their own net. They're going to bring it out near side here. Miniman picks that off. He's going to skate it down. He's got a little bit of room around one player. Looking in front, he's got Wessel open. He skates it back out to the top. Drop pass for Blanchard. Blanchard gets it to Wessel. Wessel brings it in, shoots, and beats the goalie. High glove. So Wessel from Blanchard to put the Blues up by 3 here with 12:50 left. So that's 3 goals in 3 consecutive shifts for the Blues. They outshoot Colorado 6-1 so far and lead this game 3-0 early in the first period. Blues change the defensive unit up. Malachi Smith and Linus Brooks join the Spatansky line to start this action back up. Face-off won by the Blues. Brooks goes off the boards to Wessel. Wessel far side hits Blanchard. Blanchard brings it into Colorado zone, reverses, tries to drop for Smith. Colorado intercepts. Then Colorado hits their own player, but they maintain control through the neutral zone. They are offsides by a solid 5 feet. Shot deflects on. Blocker to the side by Smith. They put it up off the boards. That's going to go all the way, but it went right through the legs of a Colorado player. Not sure if I would have called it icing, but it is in their opinion. So we have an defensive zone face-off here with 12:18 left in the first period. The Fugner line with Zilm and Boyer on the wings comes on the ice. They're going to put it hard behind the Blues net. Nobody there for Colorado. Zilm grabs it, tries to flip forward to Fugner, completes it. Fugner turns on the red line. He throws it in deep. Tyson Boyer beats man the puck. He puts it back hard around the far side. Good hold by Malachi Smith, puts it back in deep. Boyer grabs it in the far corner. He skates it out. He's going to reverse back into the corner for Fugner. Fugner takes a hit, has two men there. They throw it up the sideboards. Good hold by Boyer there. It goes behind the net. They're going to try the far side now. Rubis pitches. He gets it down low to Fugner. Colorado battles in the corner with Zilm and Fugner now. Fugner comes away with it. He's going to skate out to the top of the slot. He takes a shot. That gets blocked in front, and they're going to throw it back out. Good hold by Fugner as ref thinks we're doing delayed offsides. And had his hand up for delayed offsides and kept yelling off. He figured it out pretty quick and blew the whistle. Blues send out a full fresh unit up front. They have Crowley, Bauer, Bowers, and defensive unit will continue to be Rubis and Peterson. Blues win the draw. Bauer takes it in deep into the corner, stops right behind the net. Crowley comes in. Bauer comes away with it. He gets tripped or blew an edge. I don't really know. Crowley and Bauer battle behind the net. It squirts far side. Bowers hits his man off the puck and gets it to Bauer. They flip it up sideboards, and here they come. Good hold by Rubis at the line, intercepts the pass. He throws it back in deep, and they try to go up the sideboards. Good pinch by Peterson again, holds it as they Blues intercept another exit pass D to D. Bauer picks up the loose puck. He sends it over to Rubis. Rubis with room, shoots, pad save, goes into the corner. Somebody's got to get back. Nobody's covering the D position. Rubis retreats to the blue line. Another entry or zone exit broken up by a Blues defenseman, and finally Colorado grabs it, and they're going to throw it all the way down for icing. A lot of pressure by the Blues there, and Colorado had enough of that action. Full new five-man unit for the Blues. We've got Giorgio, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensive unit is Miniman, Komodoski. Face-off is sent to the corner of Colorado. They put it behind the net. Schneider intercepts it. He drops it for Harris. Harris takes up the sideboards. He goes far side for Komodoski. Komodoski hits Harris far side, bounced off his stick. Harris has to retreat, and it bounced off his stick again and goes all the way out to the neutral zone. Blues grab it. They go back up the sideboards. They send it in. Miniman takes a shot to the head. He is down. He took it right in the back of the head. That was a hard shot as he was trying to dump it in, and Miniman looks like he is just absolutely out of it. Yeah, he definitely got stunned on that one, but it was directly full on to the back of the helmet. That's a rattler. So they'll send out a fresh defensive unit, give Miniman a chance to shake that one off. Brooks and Smith join the Giorgio line. 9:56 left here in the first period. Blues lead 3-0. Giorgio wins that draw to Smith. Smith goes to Schneider. Schneider's going to bring it through the neutral zone. He crosses the red line. He puts it in deep. Blues go in on the forecheck. Harris gets to it first on the far side, reverses to Schneider. Schneider takes it back to Harris and gets knocked off his stick. Schneider breaks up the exit zone attempt. Colorado comes back away with it, and another one broken up by Harris. They try to go up the sideboards now. They send it right to Malachi Smith just outside the blue line, so Blues have to regroup. Giorgio tips it to Harris. Colorado comes away with it. They're going to throw it in deep. That goes on net. Stutzer plays it to the corner. Brooks goes behind the net for Wessel, who's fresh on the ice. Wessel up to Giorgio. Giorgio flips it forward for Blanchard, jumps over his stick, goes into the zone. Blanchard gets knocked down there as he's trying to go for the puck. Colorado grabs it. They go behind the net, out of the reach of everybody. Spatansky gives it to Wessel, and Wessel gets it to Blanchard, who beats the goalie top high glove. Sorry, my brain wasn't processing the passes fast enough on the call there. But Blanchard from Spatansky and Wessel put the Blues up by 4 here about 9 minutes into this game. Blues complete the line change. Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel up front. Rubis and Peterson, the defensive pair. Face off one back to Rubis. Rubis looks through it. He hits a seam pass to Spatansky, to Spatansky. Spatansky to Blanchard in the corner. Blanchard puts it far corner. Wessel's going to go battle for that. He wins it, takes a hit, puts it back into the corner. Blanchard now on the forecheck. They're going to send it out far side. They try to go up the sideboards. Good hold by Rubis. As he battles, he hand passes it to Wessel, and so that puck is going to come out to the neutral zone for a drop. One ref thought the face-off went all the way down, and his partner guided him back to the proper position. Face-off won by the Blues to Rubis. Rubis circles, tries to go to Blanchard, gets picked off, and here comes Colorado back into the Blues zone. They send a shot from the point that goes well over. Oh, my. Wessel just took an absolute monster to the head. Clearly a high hit. Should probably be a head contact, but they're going to call it a rough. So Blues go to a power play here with 8:20 left in the first period. 11 on Colorado goes to the box for roughing. Blues send out Fugner, Boyer, Zilm up front. Komodowski and Miniman, the defensive pair. Face off, one to the Miniman. Miniman sauce pass to Komodowski. Komodowski to Fugner. Fugner on the circle, reverses. He goes back out to Komodowski. Komodowski to Miniman, top of the far circle. Sauce pass back to Komodowski. Komodowski over to Fugner. Fugner takes it down deep, drops it for Boyer. Boyer to the circle, back out to the point. Back down to Fugner low. Fugner all the way across the far side to the point to Miniman. Miniman to Komodowski, back to Boyer. Boyer to Miniman, back to Komodowski. Komodowski with room, steps up, shoot, glove save, rebound in front. Fugner grabs it, he hits the side of the cage. He battles behind the net court, gives it to Boyer. Boyer tries to send it around hard. That's going to get tipped out, and luckily they missed it. And Miniman's able to grab the puck back. He gives it to Komodowski, up to Zilm. Zilm into the zone. Fugner tips it in deep. Colorado grabs it. They shoot it all the way down. They're going to say that tipped off of Zilm's equipment there, no icing. Komodowski collects it behind the net. He's going to go for a skate. Brings it out into the neutral zone, far side for Fugner. Fugner has a bounce on his stick. Then it rolls on him. He's going to retreat deep into the blue zone. He goes far side for Komodowski. Komodowski up to Boyer. Boyer has a bounce on him. Zilm's just going to put it in. Blues go for a full five-man change. Crowley, Bauer, Bowers up front. Malachi Smith and Brooks, the defensive pair. Brooks circles with it as Colorado cleared back into the blue zone and bobbles on him a bit. He hits Crowley. Crowley hits Malachi Smith far side. Bowers holds up, gets the drop pass. He has a man on him immediately. Colorado clears it back to our point for us. Brooks goes back over to Bowers. Bowers shoots on net. Midsection save by Colorado's goaltender as he just turns into a turtle and stays in that position until they blow the whistle. Crowley lines up, take this offensive zone face-off to the right of the Colorado goaltender. Colorado comes away with it. They're going to take it behind their own net. They flip it high off the glass, held in by Smith at the point. He goes far side for Bowers. Bowers, I don't know where the pass was going, but it deflected off something, went right over the net. Bowers now battles in the corner. He gives it to Bauer. Bauer to Crowley. Crowley all the way out to the point. Shot, slap shot on. Another midsection save and drop for the goalie, and he holds on to it. Blues send out a fresh defensive pair in Rubis and Peterson. Crowley, Bauer, Bowers continue up front. Face-off, won by the Blues. They send it back to Rubis. Rubis steps up, long shot, hits the goalie in the face mask. Crowley grabs a rebound, shot, pad save. Bowers battles on the sideboards for it, lifts the stick. He has the puck, takes the center shot, and that goes just wide of the far post. Rubis picks it up on the point. He sends it back, tries to get a tip from Bauer or Bowers. It goes into the corner. Colorado comes away with it. They get up the sideboards. Great hold by Peterson again, as he was able to block that with his body. Bowers comes away with the loose puck. He's skating it down low into the corner, hits his man. Puck goes behind the net. Crowley on it, hits his man. Rubis pinches low. Puck squirts past him, and Schneider holds it at the line. Rubis grabs it. He throws it back in deep, and Blues are going to make a line change. They send it to the far corner. Schneider hits his man, breaks up the exit pass. It comes out, goes all the way up the boards. Rubis holds it in. Rubis steps, looking for a space. Pulls up, top of the circle, shot, pad save. Schneider grabs it, puts it towards net, another save. Giorgio steals it, comes away with it, and Colorado chips it up into the bleachers. Blues send out a fresh defensive pair in Miniman Kamadoski, and Giorgio Schneider Harris will continue up front. Face-off is sent to the corner. Schneider battles his man, knocks it to the sideboards. Giorgio sends it to the point. Miniman puts it through. Schneider tips it on. Saved by the goalie. Schneider puts it behind the net for Harris. Harris to Giorgio. Giorgio circles. He goes far side to Schneider. He's got a man that steps in front and takes that off the skate. Colorado sends it back. Giorgio hits his man. Schneider picks up the loose puck. He tries tipping forward for Harris. It kind of bobbled on him. Colorado comes away with it. Giorgio grabs it. Giorgio's going to take it back in. Blues start the line change process as Giorgio takes it behind the Blues net. He's looking for room. He tries to hit Kamadoski. It tipped off, something went high. Giorgio goes to the bench now. Colorado finally able to clear, and little assist from the ref there, and they got around Kamadoski. Far side shot deflects off the stick of Spatansky, goes well high. They circle, they take a shot. That gets through traffic. Pad saved by Stutzer. Miniman, his exit pass hits the skate, and Spatansky comes away with it. He goes far side. Harris was going for a change, so nobody there for the Blues. Wessel breaks up the exit pass. Kamadoski tries to kick it deep. Blanchard knocks him off the puck, and then Wessel sends it all the way back to Miniman. Miniman crosses into the blue line. He is offsides by a solid 3-4 feet. No call. Goes to the front. Blanchard pushes it towards the front. He gets hit. Puck goes to the sideboards here, short side. They're trying to clear it up. Spatansky picks that up. He has his stick slashed. Puck comes all the way out to the neutral zone. Kamadoski circles, takes it out of the blue zone, crosses the red line, crosses into the Colorado zone. Shot hits a stick. That's blocked. And Blues were in the process of a change, so nobody was on the blue line. Comes all the way out. Blues regroup in the neutral zone. Drop pass from, wow, all kinds of stuff just happened there. And Blues are going to the box. They're going to give Silm a trip after he got tripped. And as he was falling, another player tripped over him. So Blues go to the penalty kill with 3:05 left here in the first period, leading by 4. Shots thus far, 17-4 in favor of the Blues. Blues send out Giorgio and Fugner to start the penalty kill attempt. Brooks and Smith, the defensive pair. Fugner lines up to take this defensive zone face-off to the left of Stutzer. One back to Brooks. Brooks bursts up the boards. Giorgio's there for it. He's going to skate it through the neutral zone, tips it around one man, gets around him. He's got a little bit of room. Shot. That deflects. That goes high. Malachi Smith pinches far side. He's going to hold it on the sideboards as Giorgio retreats back. Colorado comes away with it. Fugner keeps him honest. They push it to the outside. Brooks steps up. He chips it back into Colorado zone. They go D to D in front of their own net. Fugner deflects the next pass. They got to reclaim it in the corner. They go D to D, and here they come through the neutral zone. Across the red line, Giorgio, good back check, ties him up just enough to cause a turnover. Fugner grabs it. He goes far side. That comes all the way out to the point. Colorado sends it back to the sideboards, and he's hassled by Fugner. He takes a shot. That's a stick save, goes behind the net. Malachi Smith grabs it, sends it up the sideboards. That's going to go all the way down for icing, even though it was because their player turned the wrong way. He could have easily have held that in the zone, but turned towards the center instead of the boards, and it went right past him. Blues make a unit change. They send out Spatansky and Blanchard up front. Peterson, Rubis, the defensive pair. 1:03 left on the Blues Zilm penalty for tripping. Blues win the draw. They push it right between the defensemen, goes all the way down into Colorado's zone. They reverse it. bobble the puck. Finally pick it back up, reverse into their own zone. Blanchard stays on him as pushes them back. They're going to go far side now. They're able to clear into the blue zone. They're going to take it to the outside. They take it down below the net, drop it for a player. They collide. Rubis battles him. Big hit, knocks him off the puck. Rubis battles for it. Colorado comes away with it. Hits their player stick that dropped it after the Rubis hit. Pass tries to go to the front of the net, picked off by Peterson. Blues bring it back through the neutral zone, shorthanded. Shot just wide of the net from outside the blue line by Peterson. Colorado's exit attempt picked off by Blanchard. Blanchard back to Rubis. Rubis, he's going to just put it back in deep. It goes all the way behind the net. Peterson pinches far side. This looks like more of a power play for the Blues as they're controlling zone time. They put it in deep. Blanchard unable to knock it down behind the net. Here comes Colorado back to the neutral zone. Their pass off the mark goes all the way behind the net. Rubis grabs it. He gets a reverse hit performed on him, and he's going to go to the box for that, most likely interference, as the hand is up, and he does get the interference penalty. He went for the player instead of the puck, and you can't do that. 50.5 seconds left here in the first. Blues go on their second consecutive penalty kill. They literally just got off the last one about 10 seconds ago. Blues send out Boyer and Wessel as the penalty killing unit. Miniman, Komodowski, the defensive pair. Face off won by the Blues. Miniman sends it behind the net hard. It's going to go all the way out to the point. Wessel goes out there to put the pressure on him. Holds him on the sideboards. He battles. Komodowski comes in to help him. Puck trickles out. Colorado grabs it. They send it to the point far side. Long shot tipped on net. What a great tip by their forward there. Boyer grabs it, hits it off the glass. It's going to roll into the Colorado zone. They grab it, take it down below the circle, reverse off the boards. Wessel finishes the hit on his man. Boyer pushes them behind the net. I don't think they were expecting somebody with that much speed on the penalty kill to catch him that fast. But Blues came away with the puck. Wessel's pass picked off, and here comes Colorado back into the blue zone 3-on-3. Chip pass blocked by the stick of Miniman, and Colorado puts it into the corner, and that's going to do it for the first period. Blues lead 4-0, out shooting Colorado 17-5. We will be back for the start of the second period here shortly. And we're ready to start the second period. Blues will continue the penalty kill for 1 minute, 10 seconds. Boyer, Fugner up front. Komodowski and Miniman, the defensive pair. Blues had won the face-off. They send it through the neutral zone. That pass was picked off. Colorado puts it back in deep. Boyer gets the pass from Komodowski. That's Boyer, goes far side for Miniman. Colorado picks it off. They go back in held at the point. They go deep down into the sideboards. Good skate by Kamadoski, by Miniman, breaks that up. Fugner takes a hit, holds it in the neutral zone. He takes another hit, holds it in the neutral zone. Colorado finally gets it cross ice. They send it back in. He's going to skate it. He sends it far side. That shot wide of the net as Boyer was all over him. Colorado brings it in. Shot on, rebound in front, picked off by Miniman. Miniman flips it up to Fugner. Fugner taps it to the boards, and they put it back in offsides. At the Blues blue line. Blues send out Smith and Brooks as the defensive unit. Crowley, Bauer come out up front. 17 seconds left on the Blues penalty kill. Crowley lines up to take this draw right next to the Colorado bench, He wins it back to Brooks. Brooks is going to skate it into the neutral zone. He crosses the red line, and he's going to pull up and just put it in deep. Crowley goes in on the forecheck. He knocks the puck off the man's stick. Another Colorado player grabs it. They clear to the neutral zone, picked off by Smith. Smith to Brooks on the Blues blue line. Brooks sends it up, hits off the stick of a player, goes all the way down. Puck comes into the corner now. And good hold by Bowers as he knocks it down out of midair, flips it back into the zone. Puck goes behind. They send it over to Bowers. Bowers puts it in deep to Bauer. Bauer takes a hit, holds it in the corner. Crowley comes in, knocks it off another player's stick, gives it to Bauer. Bauer with room, he goes to Malachi Smith. Malachi Smith shot. That goes wide far side. Brooks going to hold it the line. He puts it back in deep. Bowers tips it behind the net for Crowley. Crowley hits his man. Bauer comes back, grabs loose puck, gets it behind the net to Crowley. Crowley back to Bowers in the corner. Schneider fresh on the ice, reverses. Comes away with it. Pass intercepted by Giorgio. Giorgio to Bowers. Bowers to Schneider. Schneider to Smith. Takes a shot. That goes just wide. Brooks holds it at the line. And finally they're able to clear it. Giorgio picks up the puck. Colorado player had a little more speed. They're on a breakaway. Here comes Giorgio with it. Tries to get to Schneider in front. That hits off a stick, goes to the corner. Giorgio comes away with it. He hits Schneider again. Schneider tries to get the shot off. He gets hit. Harris puts it in the corner. Schneider holds it there, takes the hit. Giorgio comes to help him out. It comes to the sideboard. Giorgio hits him. Harris comes away with it. He goes to the far side, drops for Malachi Smith. Malachi Smith's shot hits the shin pad. Harris battles in the corner. He gets hit from behind, and that is a clear checking from behind. Let's see what they call. Nope, they call a rough. Wow. That was clearly a head first shot to the boards, and they give him a rough. So Blues will continue with Giorgio, Schneider, Harris up front, Rubis and Peterson. The defensive pair, Blues go on a 2-minute power play, offensive zone faceoff coming up to the left of the Colorado goaltender. Giorgio wins that draw. Schneider ties up his man. They finally able to get it out of the zone. Peterson comes back. They're going to throw it in deep. Stutzer settles the puck, gives it to Rubis. Rubis settles behind the net. Here comes Rubis far side. He hits Harris. Harris going to bring it in. Schneider with him. Harris takes it down behind the net. He goes out to the point to Rubis. Rubis back to Harris. Harris has a man on him. He circles. He tries to get to Schneider. Schneider battles. They try to get to Giorgio. And here comes Colorado as they're able to chip it around. Peterson ties up his man. They put it in deep. Rubis going to recollect in the corner. And here come the Blues again. Rubis is going to skate this time. He goes far side for Harris. Harris drops it for Peterson. Peterson has it tipped off of his stick, and Rubis back to cover that. So Giorgio gets it from Peterson. Giorgio's going to bring it in. Blues start a line change. Drop it for Peterson. Peterson reverses, circles again. He's going to go down deep for Blanchard. He has to kick it to his stick and can't get to it. And finally, Colorado able to clear far side off the glass. Rubis grabs it, brings it out. He's going to go for a skate. He hits Blanchard. Blanchard brings it in far side, reverses. He backhand pass to Rubis picked off. They're going to send it all the way back down. Kamadoski on the ice, keeps him in the corner. And 24 seconds left on the Blues power play as Spatansky picks it up in the behind the net. He goes to Blanchard. Blanchard's pass to Wessel picked off, but Wessel grabs it and tips it forward. Goalie shoots it out to the point. Komodowski settles. He makes a move, goes to the top of the circle, drops for Wessel. Wessel with room goes slot shot on, midsection save, and a whistle by Colorado's goaltender. 13:15 left here in the second period. Blues lead 4-0. Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel up front. Komodowski, Miniman, the defensive pair. That's going to do it for the Blues power play. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Miniman's passes Blanchard, goes to the point, long shot, almost like a pop fly catch for Stutzer as he holds on to it. And we'll have a defensive zone face-off from Stutzer's right. Blues win that face-off. Here comes Spatansky, brings it in. His shot off the knob of the stick. That goes just wide. Blues win it on the sideboards. Komodowski, his pass to Wessel is tipped off. Colorado comes away with it. They get it around. They get it around the last defenseman. Shot goes wide. And Komodowski is going to go to the box for a tripping penalty as he got skates on that swipe with his stick. So Blues send out Brooks and Smith as the defensive pair. Zilm and Giorgio will be the offensive unit to start this penalty kill. 12:16 left here in the second period. 2-minute penalty to Komodowski as we have changed the rules once again this tournament. So we are back to 2-minute penalties now instead of the minute 30 against the home team, the Reapers, the other day. Giorgio lines up for the draw, wins it to the corner to Brooks. Brooks behind the net for Smith. Smith hard off the boards. That's going to go all the way down, not far enough for icing, though, as Giorgio goes in on the forecheck. With his speed, disrupts the play. He comes away with it. He shoots. That goes just far. The goalie's leg pad misses. And here comes Brooks with it as he flips it up off the glass. Colorado controls. They send it back into their own zone. They're going to take it behind their net. Zilm stays on him to keep him honest. He reverses in the corner, hits the man on the sideboards. They go to the D far side. Through the neutral zone, hit the skate. That's going to go all the way down to the blue zone. Brooks grabs it. He goes high off the glass. That hits off the stick of a Colorado player. They're going to say it didn't hit, and it went all the way down for icing. That's okay. Blues send out a full, fresh four-man unit. Bugner, Boyer, Rubis, Peterson to kill most of the remaining penalty kill, if not all of it. Minute 14 remaining. 11:30 left here in the period. Blues leading 4-0, out shooting Colorado 20-7. Bugner lines up, take the draw. This is defensive zone to the right of Stutzer after that icing. Bugner ties it up, gets it to Boyer. Boyer flips it high. That's going to go into Colorado's zone all the way almost to the goalie. They've got to reclaim it. They go far side. Their pass is out of the reach. That goes all the way down, not far enough for icing. Rubis grabs it high off the boards, sends out to the neutral zone. Good pressure by Boyer, almost picks off an errant pass. But as we say that, Colorado turns, comes back in 4-on-2, and pass off the mark. Couldn't connect on the one time. They put it back into the corner. They go in front, tip just wide. It goes far corner for Blues. Rubis grabs it. He reverses, shakes off a hit, still controls the puck. He's going to try to hold it there, burn some more of this penalty off. Rubis tries to send up the sideboards. Boyer picks up the loose puck as the Colorado player dropped it. Bugner gets the pass from Boyer. He brings it in deep. He sends a shot. That goes high. It's going to come all the way around far side. Boyer levels his man. Puck goes all the way down to the blue zone. Rubis grabs it. He chips it forward, gives it to Fugner. Here's Fugner with one to beat. Gets around one. Shot. Good save. Defenseman grabs it, throws it in the corner. Bauer picks it up. He's going to throw it back in deep. Blues are in the process of a line change here. They go far side. Blues should have, wow, penalty expired at the perfect moment there as Blues looked like they had too many men on the ice. Bauer pushes it behind the net. Colorado tried to steal it. Bowers gets it back. He reverses for Bauer. Rolls off his stick. Colorado comes away with it. Crowley hassles him the whole way around. Miniman pinches in, holds it on the sideboards. He puts it back in deep. Bowers now goes in on the forecheck. Pass picked off by Crowley. He gives it to Miniman. Miniman over to his partner Smith. Smith shoots. That gets on net. Glove save held on to by the Colorado goaltender. And we have a stoppage in play. Blues trying some new defensive pairs out here in this game. They've got Komodowski Brooks joining the Crowley-Bauer line up front. Face-off won by Colorado. Their pass behind the net picked off by Bowers. Bauer tries to put it to the front, hits a skate, goes right back to the corner. Bowers grabs it, gives it to Bauer. Bauer back to Bowers. Bowers tries to make a move, hits off his stick, goes to Bauer. He takes a shot, pads save, comes up the sideboards, and here comes Colorado through the neutral zone. They flip it past the Blues defense, but Como beats him to the puck. He goes behind the net, he hits Crowley. Crowley has it tipped off his stick. Shot from the top of the circle, blocker saved by Stutzer. Rebound comes all the way out. Bauer tries to go deep. It comes back into the blue zone. Komodowski to Brooks. Brooks to Bowers. He misses the pass, and it's going to go all the way down for icing. So defensive zone faceoff coming up to the left of Stutzer. Blues send out a full fresh five-man unit. Giorgio, Harris, Schneider up front. Peterson and Rubis, the defensive pair. Face-off is won by Colorado. They take it back. Harris tipped the puck at the zone. Giorgio tips it again. They go up the sideboards for Harris. He's immediately hit. He's unable to clear. They put it back in deep. Rubis is going to grab it. He goes around far side. Schneider's going to tip that off the boards. He battles his man. Giorgio there pulls out, grabs the puck. His pass picked off. Shot. That goes just wide. Blues a little sluggish on this shift. As Giorgio hits his man, Harris comes away with it. He tips it around one, tips it around the other. He's got Schneider with him. Oh, couldn't get there in time. Schneider has to pull up as he almost got pushed into the goalie. Harris has it. He takes a shot. That goes high. It's going to come all the way out to the point to Peterson. Peterson down to Harris. Harris battles two men. Giorgio comes in to help him out. And still battling. Puck squirts out. They try tipping it away. Schneider misses the puck with his skate. They're going to bring it across. They throw it in deep and hits something, drops down. Giorgio grabs it. Giorgio and Luke Wessel 2-on-1. Oh, just out of the reach of Wessel as Blues finish the line change here. Tansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front. Shot, dump shot, I guess, is off the mark, goes to Rubis. Rubis tries to hit Wessel. That misses him, and it's going to go all the way down for icing. 7:32 left here in the second period. Blues lead 4-0, out shooting Colorado 23-8. Blues send out a fresh defensive unit. Malachi Smith and Miniman join the Spatansky line. Face-off is won by the Blues, taken by Colorado, sent to the point. Long shot, that's tipped on net, and easy glove save for Stutzer as he holds on to it for the whistle. We're going to do it again from his right with the same personnel. Face-off won by Colorado. They put it to the front of the net. Stutzer uses his paddle to give it to Wessel. Wessel behind the net to Smith. Smith to Blanchard. Blanchard up the sideboards for Spatansky. Spatansky gets hooked the whole way down, no call. He puts it off the sideboards for Blanchard. Blanchard tries to send it to the point. Can't get it far enough. Colorado comes away with it. Colorado to the outside. They've got space and takes a shot that goes a mile high. And now Blues reclaim the puck. Miniman goes front of the net to Smith. Smith up to Spatansky. Spatansky, or I'm sorry, that's Blanchard, and gets it knocked off his stick, and then the Blues come in off sides. Blues are going to send out the Fugner, Boyer, Zilm line up front. Brooks and Komodowski this time on defense. Neutral zone face-off right next to the Blues bench will be taken by Fugner. Face-off won by Colorado. They put it in deep. They're going to send it out to the neutral zone now. They chip it in. Komodowski picks it off. He reverses, circles, tries to get it to Boyer. Colorado picks that off. They're going to chip it in deep. Brooks grabs it behind the Blues net. He goes up the boards for Zilm. Zilm tries to hit Fugner. Fugner tips it to Boyer, and then Boyer's on a breakaway. Here comes Boyer. Shot just wide as the puck was rolling on him. Now he's battling in the corner for it. He takes a hit. He still maintains control. Zilm helps him out. And it comes back behind the net. Zilm gets knocked off the puck. It's going to go far side. Fugner hits his man. Colorado's player grabs it. They're going to throw it all the way down. That is on net. They're going to put it behind for Komodowski. Komodowski skates it behind the net, gives it to Brooks. Brooks tips it forward for Zilm. Zilm throws it in deep. Boyer's going to go far side for it. He puts it in deep for Fugner. Fugner behind the Colorado net takes a hit, maintains control, sends it to Zilm. Zilm goes out to Rubis. Rubis long shot. That's just wide of the far post. Peterson pinches. He puts it in deep for Fugner. Fugner reverses in the corner, gives it to Zilm. Zilm back to the point to Peterson. Peterson shot. That's on net. Hits off the stick of the goaltender and goes into the netting over the glass. That face-off won by Colorado. They're passed through the neutral zone, picked off by Rubis out of midair. Rubis then steps up, pushes it back forward for Crowley. Crowley loses the battle. Colorado gets it. They come far side this time. Good stick by Rubis breaks up the entry attempt and heads up. Colorado with numbers back. Maintain control of that puck somehow. They send it out. They're passed to the point. Almost split their defense, but they're able to get a stick on it. Rubis hits his man. Crowley grabs the loose puck. He goes behind the net for Bowers. Bowers gives it to Crowley. Crowley back to Bowers. Bowers nowhere to go, so he sends it back to Peterson in the corner. Peterson to Rubis. Rubis, he's going to go far flip pass for Bowers. Bowers gets it into the zone. He tries to get it to Bauer. Does so. His shot backhand just wide far post. As another hit made behind the play. Peterson's going to pinch on the far corner. He holds it. He gets around one. He gets it knocked off of his stick and heads up. Here come Colorado with numbers through the neutral zone, 3-on-1. If they get moving, they have the puck bounce on them. Good back check by Rubis. Knocks him off the puck. They're finally able to get to the point. They are going to take a long shot. That beats Stutzer high glove as nobody was going towards the shooter as he had wide open lane until about the slot, and then there was about 3 people in front of Stutzer. I don't even think he ever saw it coming. So it's a 4-1 game now with 4:03 left here in the second period. Blues finish the line change. Giorgio is joined by Harris and Schneider. Miniman and Smith, the defensive unit. Face-off is won by the Blues. Colorado grabs it and they send it in. Schneider hits his man. Puck is held on the sideboards. They push it back to Giorgio. Giorgio goes across ice for Miniman. Miniman tries to hit Harris. It hits off of Schneider's skate as he was battling a Colorado player. Colorado, they put it back in deep. Miniman's going to go retrieve that puck. He goes up the sideboards for Harris. Harris grabs it and gives it to Smith. Smith has his pass picked off. Colorado goes far side. Their pass off the mark. They retreat to their own zone. They reverse, send it up to the neutral zone. They got a hold for a sec. Miniman reverses, sends it back to Smith. Smith goes to Giorgio. Giorgio's going to cross the red line. He brings it in. He goes to the far outside. He takes it behind the net. He sends out to the point to Miniman. Miniman back in deep. Schneider's going to battle in the corner for that. He lets it go for Harris. Harris has it knocked off of his stick. Malachi Smith pinches. And finally, Colorado's able to get it out and heads up. They had a 2-on-1, but they bobbled the puck. Good play by Harris, knocks off his stick. They put it into the corner, hits the side of the post, goes behind the net. Here comes Spatansky. His pass to Harris is off the mark. And Blues continue the line change. Blanchard tips it around his man. They give the puck right back to, Smith. Smith's pass to Harris. He fans on the shot. Harris, through his legs, sends it to Blanchard. Blanchard, his pass picked off. Colorado sends it back out to the neutral zone. And here come the Blues back in. No offside. Smith has it. He tries to get it to Wessel. He's got 3 men on him. Blanchard steps up, pressures him to the outside. They bring it through the neutral zone. And long shot, that goes over the net. It comes far side. Brooks shakes off his hit. Colorado loses the puck to him. Wessel grabs it, brings it through the neutral zone. He takes a high hit, gets it to Blanchard in the process. Blanchard takes it to the outside. He takes a hit. He holds on to the puck. It's going to come all the way out to the point. Kamadaski got a man all over him. He hits his partner, Brooks. Brooks circles on the red line. He puts it in deep. Blanchard able to get back out of the zone. Wessel goes in on the forecheck. Blues looking slow here the last couple shifts. Need to pick up the intensity a bit. Bugner holds at the line. He puts it in deep. Boyer on the ice. Forechecks from one side, Bugner on the other. They go around the sideboards. Picked off by Brooks at the point. He tips it to Boyer. Boyer takes it in deep. He goes below the net. He skates it behind. He goes out to the point. Brooks has it. He takes a shot. That gets through. Hits the stick. Goes far corner. Bugner's going to pick up the loose puck as he takes it. Shot. Blocker saved. Rebound right to Fugner. Colorado grabs it as it's bouncing. They're going to take it to the far side. Fugner hits his man. Breaks up the play. And then tries to hold the puck. Fugner takes a late hit as ref wasn't even watching the play. And then holds on to the guy's stick as he was laying on him. Brooks gets the puck in the neutral zone. He's going to put it far corner. Fugner goes in on the forecheck one side. Boyer holds up on the sideboards. Their pass off the mark as Peterson's going to pick that up. He goes off the glass to Boyer. Boyer brings it right back in, and Boyer's got room to the net. He takes it to the front. Rebound to Rubis. Rubis shot hits a Colorado player, and then they throw it all the way down in what should be icing. Colorado player got dinged in the back with a pretty hard shot there, and he was feeling it. Luckily, that puck went far enough for icing because there wasn't a Blues player within 30 feet of that Colorado player as he was breaking out of the zone. Blues send out Crowley, Bauer, and Bowers up front. Rubis and Peterson, the defensive pair. Face off one back to Rubis. Long shot. That misses the mark and goes behind the net. Peterson picks it up far point. His shot blocked by the stick of a defender. Exit attempt given to Peterson. Peterson to Crowley. Crowley shot and glove save held on to. And we'll have a stoppage of play with 9.5 seconds left here in the second period with the Blues up by 3, leading 4-1. Crowley wins the draw back to Peterson. Peterson to Rubis. Rubis shot. Hits Bauer's shin pad in front. That goes to the corner. And that's going to do it for the second period. Your Blues lead 4-1, outshooting Colorado 28-12. We'll be back in about 15 minutes after this scrape, and we will see you then. And we are ready to get the third period underway. Blues are going to send out the Giorgio Schneider-Harris line up front. Brooks and Smith will be the defensive pairing. Giorgio lines up for this center ice face-off draw. He wins it back to Brooks. Brooks goes to Smith. Smith up the boards to Schneider. He tips it in deep. Harris goes in on the forecheck. Colorado sends it around deep after the hit. They send it up the boards. Good hold by Peterson or Brooks at the point, and then Brooks gets hit head first into the dasher. Blues going on the power play. They hit Schneider in front. He has a bounce on his stick. Schneider sends it back to Brooks. Brooks takes another high hit, and Blues going to go to the power play on a big dirty hit to Brooks as they pushed him head first into the dasher. And they're going to give him 2, so he gets 2 for roughing. 17:32 left here in the third period. Blues go on the power play as roughing penalty assessed. Blues win the draw back to Smith. Smith to Brooks. Brooks, far side for Harris. Harris back to Smith. Smith to Harris. Harris to Brooks. Brooks shot, that's on. Good save by the goalie, and he gloves it and holds on to it. And we're going to do it again from his right-hand side. No change in personnel for the Blues. Giorgio lines up for the draw. He wins it back to Brooks. Brooks to Smith. Smith to Harris. Harris shot, that goes wide. Brooks going to have to hold far side, and he does. He's going to go in. He sends it deep to Schneider. Schneider tries to hit Giorgio. Giorgio gets it, shakes a shot, comes right into the corner. Giorgio grabs it. He sends it to off of a Colorado player back to the corner. Harris grabs it out to the point to Smith. Smith back to Harris. Harris to Smith again to Brooks. Brooks has to chip it forward. He sends it forward. He shakes off a hit. Schneider tries to do it behind the leg pass, and it gets picked off. Malachi Smith retrieves it in the neutral zone, and here come the Blues as Malachi Smith circles, gives it to Harris. Harris back to Giorgio. Giorgio drops for Smith. Smith in deep for Harris. Harris shot on. That's behind the net. Loose puck. Giorgio gets it shot. That's the side of the net. Comes out to the point. Harris grabs it back to, or I'm sorry, that's Smith grabs it back to Harris. They go far side as Peterson's going for a change. Brooks is going for a change. And Miniman breaks up the play. Player comes away with it. They go far side. They bring it in. They take a shot. Hit by Giorgio. Breaks that play up. And it looks like the Blues are going to go to a penalty kill. They're going to call something on Giorgio there as something after the play happened. So ref explaining to Giorgio what he's going to the box for. That's going to do it for the Blues power play. We'll go 4-on-4 for the next 29 seconds. And then Colorado will have a minute 31 of power play time after that. Blues send out a fresh unit. Miniman, Komodowski complete the defensive change. Spatansky, Wessel are going to go out up front. Colorado wins the draw. Their point man's in shallow as they only have one defense on the ice, and it goes right past him. They're going to retrieve it in their own zone. They go D to D a few times. They're going to bring it out near side here. That pass is off the mark. That goes all the way down off a stick. Komodowski's going to pick it up behind the net. He goes harder on the boards, just out of Spatansky's reach. That goes all the way down, and that will be an icing. So 4 seconds left in the minor penalty to Colorado, and then they will go on the power play for a minute 31. Defensive zone faceoff is going to come up here to the left of Stutzer. Spatansky will take this. He's going to try to pull it to the corner to Miniman. And does so. Miniman goes hard behind the boards. Blanchard's going to pick that up on the dasher. He tries to chip it around. It gets out. That's going to go into the Colorado zone as Colorado starts their power play. They're going to reverse in their own zone a few times. Here they come through the neutral zone. They cross the red line, cross the blue zone. Good step up by Miniman. Knocks it back to the neutral zone with his stick. Colorado regroups. They go D to D on their own blue line. He's going to skate it in. He is offsides, no call. Shot blocked by Miniman in the knee. He's down. He's struggling to get back up. Pass to the front, picked off by Kamadashi. He sends it back to the point on a tipped pass. Good play by Kamadashi. He steps up, uses his skate to block it. Pass by Colorado off the mark. Stansky is able to push it back in deep, and they fan on the far ice pass as they're going to now skate it into the zone, take it to the outside, and Peterson picks off the loose puck. He's going to try to get it forward. His pass picked off. Far side slot, shot just wide, rebounds, blocked by the stick of Peterson, goes back to the sideboards. They're going to bring it back in. Good stick by Peterson, breaks it up and goes out to the point, though. They reset, send to the point again. That puck goes out of the zone, no offsides again. And Rubis hooked but picks up the puck. He's going to push it up. Colorado comes away with it as they have two men there. They send it out to the point. Back to the top of the circle. Far side, Spatansky picks it off. Rubis grabs it. He pushes it forward for Wessel. That's going to do it for the power play as Crowley comes on the ice for Giorgio, and the Blues start the line change. Zilm picks off a pass, and his going to be offsides as Wessel was down on the ice as that pass came in. Blues send out the Fugner, Zilm, Boyer line. They've been humming today. They're going to get one here soon, I hope. Brooks and Smith, the defensive pair. Ref's going to push the wingers back out. And face-off, won by the Blues. Malachi Smith kicks it deep or shallow into Colorado zone. They take it. They go D to D. Good step by Brooks. Breaks up that play. Fugner throws it forward to Zilm. Fugner grabs it, puts it off of a Colorado defenseman on net. Boyer gives chase. They go up the far side. Fugner picks it up. He puts it back in deep. That's going to go all the way around far side half boards. Smith grabs it, puts it back behind net. Fugner grabs the loose puck, puts it off the post. Boyer grabs the rebound. He's behind the net. He gives it to Fugner. Fugner back to Boyer. Boyer has it bounce on him. He battles behind the net now. Zilm came to help him, but it looks like it went onto the net behind the goal. And it came off its more. 13-11 left here in the third period. Blues lead 4-1, out shooting Colorado 31-12 at this point. The offensive zone faceoff comes to the right of the Colorado goaltender. Fugner, Boyer, Zilm up front still. Fugner lines up for the draw. Fake out by the ref. Face-off is won by the Blues. Zilm puts it into the corner for Boyer. Boyer gets hit. Puck goes behind. They're going to try to clear far side. Good pinch by Smith. Knocks up the play, and then Blues have to retrieve it from the neutral zone. They put it in deep. Brooks has it. He goes high off the glass. It's going to go back to the neutral zone. Zilm on the forecheck. Turn pass, not connected on by Colorado. Smith comes away with it. He goes far side for Boyer. Boyer one-touch pass to Zilm. Zilm tries to go back to Boyer out of his reach and hits off a stick. Puck goes behind the net. Boyer hits two men. They're going to take it far side. Fugner comes for it. He goes up the boards. Fugner gets the loose puck. He gets held up a bit. Goes back onto the sideboard. Zilm now battles for it. Fugner steps in. Puck comes out to Smith. Smith to Fugner. Fugner shot. That goes wide far side. Brooks sends it back in deep. Blues start a line change. And Crowley now on the forecheck. As Colorado brings it in, they take it to the outside. Long shot. Shoulder save by Stutzer. Kicked behind the net by Crowley. Goes wide to Smith. He gets hooked. Can't get a stick on the puck. Crowley there helps him out. Pushes it forward. Bauer has it now. Gets picked off. Goes right back to Crowley. Back to a Colorado player. Long shot. Blocker save by Stutzer. Rebound to Brooks. Brooks goes hard up the board. He hits Bauer. Rolls off his stick. Long shot from the point. Pad save right to Smith this time on the rebound. A lot of pressure by Colorado on this shift. Blues need to get that out of the zone. Bauer grabs it. He skates it through the neutral zone. He tries to tip it around a guy, picked off, and here comes Colorado right back in. Miniman hustles to get that puck down deep in the blue zone. He goes behind the net for Komodoski. Komodoski up the glass, and that is going to go out of play as it hits the curvature right by the Blues bench. Rubis walks down, grabs the puck, throws it to the official. Blues send out the same unit, Crowley, Bauer, Bowers, Miniman, Komodoski on defense. Crowley lines up for the draw. Ref pushes Bowers back a bit. Bowers grabs the puck, it bounces, goes out to the winger for Colorado. They put it in deep. Miniman tries to clear up the boards, fans on the pass, comes out. Colorado tries to put it towards the net. Komodoski picks it off. He takes it back behind the Blues net. He gets tripped. Blues going to the power play again here. Bowers has it, sends it back in, and that's going to be touched by Colorado as Blues go on another power play and a fresh unit coming on the ice. So Rubis, Peterson, the new defensive unit. Giorgio, Harris, and Schneider will be the offensive unit. Offensive zone faceoff will be to the right of Colorado's goaltender. Giorgio likes to win these back to Peterson. Let's see if he does it again, and he does. Peterson has it. He goes over to Rubis. Rubis back to Peterson. Peterson with a little space shot. Hits off a shin pad. Rubis going to get on his high horse and beat the Colorado player. He does. He's going to skate it back in. Rubis takes it deep into the corner. He fights off a man. Giorgio goes back. He grabs the puck. He tries to go up the sideboards. Nobody there for the Blues. They're going to hit off the glass, and now Peterson's going to retrieve it. He's going to go hard off the board. That's going to go all the way around to Harris. Harris has it go past his skates. It's going to come all the way out to the neutral zone. They're going to send it back in deep again. Blues unable to really get anything started on this power play here as Rubis sends it, or Peterson sends it back to Rubis. Rubis skates it. He hits Peterson. Peterson over far side for Giorgio. Giorgio far side for Harris. Harris takes it into the corner. Schneider picks up the loose puck. He tries to get it to Giorgio. Giorgio didn't see it coming, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Rubis grabs it back to Peterson. Peterson is going to go for a skate. He hits Schneider. Schneider drops it for Rubis. Rubis puts it in deep. That's going to go far side for Harris. Harris back behind the net for Schneider. Schneider shakes off the hit. He takes it deep. He reverses to Harris. Harris tries to kick it to Giorgio in front. That puck hits off a nothing. And Brooks pinch, unable to grab the puck, but breaks up the entry. Off the boards to Brooks. Brooks has it. He's going to skate it and drops it for Wessel. Wessel goes to Smith. That puck is going to clear the zone again. He has to hold up as the Blues were moving offside. Tansey grabs it. His entry hits off the shin pad of a Colorado player. They grab it and throw it all the way back down. Brooks has the puck bounce on him as he's skating out of the zone. He's got a man all over him. He kicks it back for Smith. Smith going to skate it far side. He hits Blanchard. Blanchard one-touch pass to Spatansky. Spatansky drops for Smith. Smith back to Spatansky off the boards. Back to the point. Shot that gets to the front of the net, hits a skate and goes to the wide. Blanchard has it behind. He goes to Wessel. Wessel back to Blanchard. Blanchard to Wessel. Wessel skates it. Shot. That's on net. Glove saved by the Colorado goaltender, and he's going to hold on to it for a whistle. Blues change the defensive unit. Miniman and Komodoski join the Spatansky line for 5-on-5 hockey. That penalty expired right at the whistle. Face-off won by Colorado. They take it behind their own net. They make the pass up to the winger on the sideboards. They're going to go far side. That one connects, and they are offsides as one of their players blew a tire. Spatansky lines up for the neutral zone face-off. It is won by Colorado. They go D to D. Pass doesn't connect. Their winger picks it up off the boards. They're going to put it in deep. Komodoski chases behind the net. He dodges a hit, maintains control. He reverses hard behind the Blues net. Nobody there for the Blues as Colorado grabs it. They put it back in deep. They go up the sideboards. Miniman picks it off. He tries to go up the glass. That's held in the zone by Colorado again. Miniman battles. It goes into the corner. Miniman puts it behind the net to Komodowski. Komodowski up the boards to Wessel. Wessel fans on his pass to Spatansky. Colorado takes a shot, hits off the stick of Komodowski, back to the sideboards to Wessel. Wessel gives it to Spot. He's going to chip it out, and it's going to go all the way down for an icing against the Blues. Blues send out Bugner, Boyer, and Zilm up front. Rubis and Peterson will be the defensive pair. Defensive zone faceoff comes to the left of Stutzer. Bugner wins that draw to Peterson. Peterson goes behind the net. Zilm's going to have to come back to grab that. He tries to send up the boards, picked off by Colorado. Rubis grabs it as it hits the seam in the glass. He stops behind the net. He goes to Zilm on the bottom of the circle. Zilm hits a seam pass to Boyer, and he's on a breakaway. And Boyer tries to do a behind through the legs move, and it has it roll on him. But here comes Colorado back 3-on-2 into the blue zone. They drop pass, hits Peterson's side. They put it back in front. Zilm picks up the loose puck, and here they go again. Boyer gets to the outside. He brings it to the side, takes it, puts it in front. Nobody home for the Blues as puck now settles in the corner. Their pass far side is too hot to handle. Rubis grabs it. He sends it in deep. He takes a high hit. '98 wasn't very friendly there. Couple shoves, no harm, no foul. Blues going to make a wholesale line change. They send out Crowley, Bowers, Bauer up front. Defensive unit will be Brooks and Smith. Crowley lines up, take this neutral zone face-off. He wins it back to Smith. Smith forward to Bowers, hits his skate, goes to the defenseman of Colorado. Puck picked up by their defenseman. Brooks hits him, grabs the puck, throws it in deep. Bowers goes far side for it. He beats his man to the puck. He puts it deeper into the corner for Bowers. Bowers battles a man. Colorado comes away with it. They tip it out, and here they come one-on-one back into the blue zone. Good stick by Brooks, brings that up. He grabs the puck. Nobody there from the Blues. Crowley gets hit hard. He goes down. Brooks hits him back. And here comes Brooks, makes the initial good hit, and then cross-checks the guy as he's down, and he will go to the box for a penalty as Blues go back to the penalty kill with 6:32 left here in the third period after a cross-check to Brooks. Blues send out Spatansky and Wessel up front. Miniman, Komodowski, the defensive pairing. Face-off, won by Colorado. They take it to the far circle. They send it back out to the point. Spatansky stays all over him. They reverse, go to the near circle here. Shot gets through. Blocker saved by Stutzer, I believe. Far side, one-timer pass to the top of the circle the other way, and they shoot and they score. So 4-2, Blues lead with 6:12 left here in the third period as Colorado scores a power play goal late here in the third period. Blues make a line change. They send out Schneider, Harris, and Giorgio. Defensive pairing will be Peterson and Rubis. Face-off won by the Blues. Rubis controls. He goes to Giorgio. Giorgio is going to put it in deep. Puck held at the blue line by Rubis. Rubis skates it. He's looking for somebody. He goes behind the net. He is going to reverse to Schneider. Schneider reverses. He gets hit. He is now back checking. Colorado gets it around. They've got a one-on-one back in. Good step up by Rubis on the hit. And he took something high. Puck comes back behind the net. Giorgio Back checks in the corner. Schneider hits his man. And cross check to the head of Peterson by number. Schneider comes away with the puck after he takes the hit. He tips it forward for Harris. Harris to Rubis. Rubis skates it to the outside. Rubis takes a long shot, and this will be a 4-on-4 game here shortly as Colorado takes a stupid penalty in front of their net. Or that will be a power play. Sorry, I forgot they scored the power play goal. So Colorado back to the box after really just not a good play. Puck was already behind the net, and they put the stick on Harris anyway. So they go to the box. Blues go back to the power play. 5:18 left here in the third period. Blues send out Boyer, Zilm, Fugner up front with Brooks and Smith, the defensive pair. Fugner lines up for the draw. He wins it. Goes to Zilm. Zilm out to the point to Smith. Smith back to Zilm. Zilm puts it in deep for Boyer. Boyer hits Fugner on the far side near side boards here. Back to Fugner from Brooks. Brooks gets the sauce pass from Fugner. Fugner to Smith. Smith back to Brooks. Brooks shot tipped on. Hits the crossbar. Gars over. They clear it to the corner. Fugner's there for it. He goes back to Boyer. Boyer stick handles behind the net. He goes to Fugner. Fugner out to the point to Brooks. Brooks shot. Blocker save. Goes right out to Smith. Smith back to Brooks. Brooks top of the far circle for Fugner. His shot on, rebound in front. Boyer grabs it. He sends it back out. Unable to hold at the blue line, so Blues will have to regroup here in the neutral zone. Brooks gives it to Fugner. Fugner back to Brooks. And Brooks hits Zilm far side. Zilm's going to bring it in. He pushes it in deep. Boyer's going to go in on the forecheck. They send it up the boards. Brooks holds it at the line, gives it to Fugner. Fugner down low for Bauer. Bauer in front, tries to hit Zilm, deflects off, goes to Brooks at the point. He gives it to Fugner. Fugner back out to Brooks. That puck bounces on him. Brooks grabs it and chips it off of a Colorado player out of play, excuse me. Blues make a line change. They send out Crowley, Bowers, and Bauer up front. Komodowski, Miniman, the defensive pair. 47 seconds left of the power play here. Blues win it. Bauer has it on the boards. He goes back to Komodowski. Komodowski goes to the front of the net to Bowers. Bowers, the Brim gets it out to the point. That goes to Miniman. Miniman to Crowley. Crowley to Bauer. Fanned on the shot. Hits his skate. Holds it there. Komodowski picks up the loose puck. And he's going to reverse. He goes to Miniman. Miniman goes to Crowley. Crowley skates into the corner. He tries to put it in front. Hits the skate. Bauer grabs it. He reverses for Crowley. Crowley holds it there. He goes back to Miniman. Miniman over to Komodowski. Komodowski back to Crowley. Crowley has a bounce. He gets a shot off. Hits the skate in front. Bowers gets the rebound. He takes a shot. Bowers reverses. Tries to get it to the front of the net. Goes all the way up the point to Miniman. Miniman has his shot blocked. And semi-break. Long shot. Pad save. Rebound comes all the way up top of the circle. And Blues grab it. They send it behind the net. Colorado controls. Miniman knocks him off the puck. He skates it behind the net. He tips it forward for Bowers. Bowers hits Bauer. Bowers tried to go to Crowley. Crowley had gotten off the ice as Blues had started to change, so they have to regroup in their own zone. Komodowski takes it behind his net. He reverses back for Miniman. Miniman stops it behind on the far side. He goes far side. His pass picked off. And breakaway and goal by Colorado. So, picked off pass leads to a third goal for Colorado, and this is now a one-goal game with 2:37 left. Blues win the draw. Wessel has it knocked off his stick. Rubis collects it in the Blues zone. He goes to his partner Peterson. Peterson far side to Blanchard. Blanchard has a bounce off of his stick. Colorado right back into the neutral zone. Rubis picks it up. He throws it back in deep. That's going to go all the way behind the net. Wessel gets in on the forecheck. They're going to throw it high off the glass. Knocked down by Spatansky. Good hold at the line by Peterson. He puts it back in deep for Wessel. Wessel, whoa, guy went down hard. Wessel chopped for the puck, didn't touch him, luckily, because he went down hard. Shot from the point, hits a shin pad in front. They're going to take it behind their net. Good stick by Wessel, breaks that up. Wessel gives it to Spatansky. It bounces off of his stick, and here comes Colorado back into the neutral zone. 3-on-3 is good play by Peterson, breaks that up. Wessel takes a hit, gets the puck knocked off of him. They're going to throw it far side, bounces off. Rubis hits his man. Blanchard comes away with it, sends it back to Peterson. Peterson skates it far side. He tries to hit Harris, hits off a defender's stick. Harris reclaims it. They come away with it. Harris has the stick knocked out of his hands. Puck goes back in deep. Rubis grabs it. He maintains. He goes around, and here comes Rubis around the man. He has it knocked off of his stick, and they're going to call a penalty on Rubis for tripping as his stick got tangled with another player. So we'll have a timeout by Colorado. They're going to go on the power play with 1:19 left here in the game. So at best, Blues finish this game shorthanded. At worst, we have a tie game. So we'll take the ending at shorthanded if that's our choice. And we'll be back for the finish of this game here after this timeout. And we are ready to get going. Giorgio Zilm up front. Brooks, Commodore, and Smith, the defensive pair. They come away with the puck. They circle at the top of the zone. Long shot gets all the way through. Easy glove save for Stutzer as traffic was cleared in front and went right into the glove. .112 left here in the game. 1:53 left in the penalty to Rubis. Colorado controls. They try to go far side. Pass deflected off the stick of Giorgio. They send it back to the point. Giorgio hustles him. They take it behind the Blues net. They're going to go out to the sideboard. They still have not pulled the goalie. Now they do. And Zilm intercepts the pass, holds it on the boards. He's trying to clear still. He's got Giorgio backing him up. Colorado comes away with it. They've got space to the front. Watch out. Back to the point. Back to the sideboards. Back to the point again. Shot hits their own man in the butt. Rebound, loose puck there. And shot taken after the whistle hits Malachi Smith right in the midsection and dropped pretty hard. They're going to call a man in the crease against Colorado, so they're going to bring this face-off outside to the neutral zone. Blues send out a new forward unit in Boyer and Spatansky to kill the remainder of this penalty. Spatansky will take the draw. Colorado has pulled their goalie at this point, so empty net. Brooks grabs it. He hits Boyer as he tries to flip it down towards the open net. Colorado regroups in the neutral zone. They're going to skate it across. They drop the puck. They go back down deep into the corner. Try to get to the front, goes all the way out to the point. Shot blocked by Boyer. He dives, tries to get it out. Defenseman comes away with it. He's going to skate it down low. Shot from the side of the net. Rebound lost to the Blues. And Boyer's going to hold it with a skate behind the net. And that's going to do it. Your Blues win 4-3. Out shooting Colorado 37-20. And Kaminoski caught an edge or something, went flying into the celebration pile there. So that'll do it for our weekend here at the Reaper Showcase. Blues go 3-1. They beat Windy City last night. They beat the Colorado team this morning. Not Windy City, TI, sorry. Yeah, we played TI last night. Beat the Reapers on Friday evening and lost in overtime, actually shootouts, to Mission in game one. Overall, successful weekend. And we'll be back next weekend for a 2-game series against the Omaha Mastery. And who's the other team, Danny? You know? And another team. I think it's actually Windy City. I think we have 2 against Windy City, 2 against Omaha next weekend, starting Friday night with the Omaha Mastery. Until then, see ya.